God Vcast. I hope you're enjoying the Vcast that we've done so far. We talk a lot about a lot of different things each week. This week, our focus is on using Pinterest for business and church tech expectations. The great thing about a Vcast is that every week it's a new start. So let's get started. Welcome to the I Feel God podcast. This is Bishop James, I Feel God Brown, and here we talk about ministry, business, and basically anything on my mind. We hope you'll stick around and enjoy it. In today's Bible notes section, we want to talk about 8 important insights from Exodus 12. Exodus 12 is one of the most remarkable and important chapters in all the Bible. God instructed Moses and Aaron how to celebrate the Passover while they were still in Egypt. And he commanded that they do it every year afterwards. All right. Here are 8 important things we can learn from the chapter. Number 1, only God can deliver us from sin. Isn't that the truth? There's no other way to get delivered. There's only one person that can deliver us from sin again and again. The second thing is sin's penalty is death. It is appointed unto man once to die, and after death, the judgment. But sin's penalty, you will pay, you will reap what you sow. The third thing, God is willing to allow a substitute death so that we don't have to die. Number 4, faith is the basis for our salvation. Our belief rests and results in our obedience. Number 5, the Old Testament Passover Lamb is a foreshadowing of the New Testament Passover Lamb, which was Jesus the Christ. Next, the Passover Lamb and God's provision was always to be shared by community. And finally, we are saved the same way the Israelites were saved, by faith in the substitutionary atonement of the Lamb which God provided. Not to accept this avenue of escape is to suffer the wrath of God. Well, that's our Bible section today. Let's keep going. All right. I wanted to tell you about something that one of our sponsors has, and they've allowed us to give away some free keto slow cooker cookbooks. Free. Did I mention free? We've got those free cookbooks for you, and all you have to do is go over to the link that I'm going to tell you about here in a second. And this cookbook shows you how to make fat burning. Y'all know that my fat is not book learning, right? It shows you how to make fat burning keto meals while spending less than 20 minutes in the kitchen. And did I mention it's free? Where do you go? Just go to ifggo.pro/keto cookbook. That's ifggo, one word, .pro/keto cookbook, one word, keto cookbook. Free. All you do is put the shipping. Thank you. Today in our business notes section, let's talk about everything you need to know about Pinterest for business. Pinterest is a visual social media platform where users can create and share pins, in other words, pictures and graphics, create boards, which are collections of pictures or graphics, and shop for what they like. As I see it, the greatest benefit of using Pinterest for business is the amount of free exposure you can get with buyers, not just lookers, buyers. Most people on Facebook and Twitter do not buy products. They scroll, and then they scroll, and then they scroll some more. But Pinterest users buy. because of the site. The fact that they're on the site, they're there and they will buy. More than 87% of Pinterest users have bought a product because they saw it on the site and a recommendation on the site. Now get this. There are 175 million, that's right, I said 175 million active US Pinterest users. If you want to use Pinterest to promote your small business, it's important to sign up for a business account. Don't just use a personal account. Free, did I mention they're free? Free business accounts on Pinterest give you access to money-making and money-making enhancements with features like analytics. If you already have a personal account, you can switch that personal account to a business account or just create a new account altogether. Now, here are 9 actions your company or ministry should take on Pinterest right away. 1A, let me say that again. 1A, set up a business account. The reports help you track your success or lack thereof. Number 1, share creative, inspiring, and actionable pins. Go here, do that type pins. Look, the fact is that if you don't tell people what you want them to do, they won't do it. Look at trending topics. Number 2, look at trending topics for keywords that you can use. You know, just like you do on YouTube, you can go into the search engine, the search bar, and tell them, start a thing, how to, and you'll find the keywords that are being used. Number 3, study your Pinterest analytics. Know what people are looking at, and then give them more of what they already want. Also, number 4, add the pin it button to your website. Now, with the pin it button, when people scroll over a graphic on your website, there's a little red tab that's on the top part of the picture, and if you click that, it will add, the person can add the picture to one of the boards on their account. So that's what you want the pin it button for. Number 5, create fun, unique content. Let me give you an example. Like, create gift guides, make a reading list, and do giveaways. I love giveaways. It builds your email list and helps you become more effective. Number 6, participate and create group boards. Now, a group board, like I said, a board is just a collection of pins, and a pin is just a graphic or a picture. So a group board is kind of like a folder full of pictures on Pinterest. And you can have boards that are contributed to by multiple people. That's called a group board. So be sure that you participate and create group boards, because that helps your individual graphics be seen by more people. Number 7, create blog content pins. What do you mean by that? Well, if you have a blog, or even if you just post to social media various things that you write, you can create a pin. Most of us, if we're using WordPress, we create a graphic for every post we write. You can use those graphics to create content pins that point back to your particular blog. And that gives you backlinks, and that increases your SEO juice. All right. Number 8, think of Pinterest as a search engine. I mentioned this a little bit earlier. Think of Pinterest as a search engine and use it like that. People come to Pinterest looking for various things. So make sure that your topics for your pins represent what people are searching for. Number 9, advertise on Pinterest. I know I like free, but advertise on Pinterest. You're going to spend a dime or two, but you'll more than make up for it with the traffic that you get to your site and to your offers. Here's the bottom line. For business success on Pinterest, utilize group boards, promoted and rich pins, social media integrations, search functions, and Pinterest analytics, as well as trending topics and keywords. That's what it takes to be successful on Pinterest. I hope you'll do it. I'll see you again. Bye. Hey, have you heard that having a good Facebook group can do wonders for your business or for your church for that matter? Did you know that with a Facebook group, you can convert new group members into real leads and paying customers? I need to tell you, a product which we use at Christian Stimulus helped me get with the program. The product is Group Leads, and it allows you to create Facebook group funnels in minutes. Listen to this quick testimonial, and I'll be right back with some information for you.
Hi, I'm Lydia Martin with Banish Business Clutter, and I have a story to share. Over the last 6 weeks, I've been able to launch a business, launch my first course, and I started with 0 people on my email list. So how did I grow to 700 opt-ins, 4,000 page views, a whole bunch of new people to share my message with, and 90 courses sold, all in a matter of a short time? The way that I did that was through a Facebook challenge. One thing that always drove me crazy was manually working with people when they requested to join the Facebook groups. And it was so time consuming that when I decided to do this 5-day challenge to build my list and eventually promote my course, I almost hesitated because I knew I would not be able to keep up with this manual process. Well, thankfully, a good friend of mine introduced me to Group Leads. Group Leads made it so much easier to automatically capture all of the answers to the questions I was asking for my 5-day challenge. This not only gave me valuable market research, so I knew what their pain points were and where to focus, but it also automatically added that email to my CRM system so that I could send them emails and let them know about the challenge and eventually let them know about my course. So Group Leads was definitely a game changer when it came to automating that system, automating that tool that helped me get to where I am today in just 7 weeks. Very grateful for Group Leads, and I highly recommend it.
Well, there you have it, from a real successful user of the program. Got Group Leads really does work. I need to tell you that. Go check them out at ifggo.pro, Group Leads. That's ifggo.pro/Group Leads. You won't regret it. Bye. Well, it's time for our mission notes section of our vlog, and I never want to go off without talking about what our mission is. You know, the scriptures tell us several places that where there is no vision, the people perish. One translation says the people cast off restraint. And I don't want to cast off restraint. I don't want this vlog to perish. So we're going to do that. We want you to know what we're about. So at Christian Stimulus, what do? Well, we develop websites, video channels, email assets. We create ministry and business training, and we do side gig how-tos. We tell you how, teach you how to work a side gig so you can bring in that income. And we help ministers and Christian businesses be more effective, both in business and in ministry. And that's what we're about. God bless you. Every day we're hopefully coming closer and closer to life as we remember it. Does anyone remember seeing 2 years like what we have experienced the last 2? At 66 years old, I know I don't. It is amazing that we are almost at the 1-year mark since we heard the term COVID. We need to pray that no new catastrophes overtake us on the road back to normal. Taking some time to assess what our churches and ministries, and for that matter our businesses, need in order to adapt to future troubles would be a pretty smart thing to do right about now. If there is one thing we've hopefully learned in the past year, it is that the technology we use to support the work of our churches is really important. Everything from communication to community to organization to discipleship to giving has been put to work in order for us to stay on mission this last year. Going forward, we desperately need to sharpen our understanding of technology. Technology that, one, creates connection. More than just pushing paper and emails out, our church technology solutions should promote engagement. Engagement between the members, engagement from the church to the members, and back and forth. But we need to engage people with our technology. Number two, technology that eliminates complexity. Our technology must become easier to operate and configure, and it must be reliable. One of the most glaring problems we encountered this past year was tech that did not work unless a certain person was present. That has to stop. 3, technology that propels the mission of the church. Our technology does not need to just give us a method to do things like we've always done them, but must also open new avenues for us to accomplish our mandate and mission. Finally, as we go forward, let's keep an eye peeled to make sure our technology helps us succeed without flailing in confusion. That's it. Did you know Microsoft has a new gig? It's a freelancer marketplace rivaling Upwork and Fiverr. Rumor has it LinkedIn is developing a new service called Marketplaces. The idea is to let LinkedIn's 740 million users find and book freelancers and gig work. The effort will bring a competitor for publicly traded firms like Upwork and Fiverr. I love Fiverr. The career-focused networking site owned by Microsoft wants to tap into a small but growing market for websites that connect primarily white-collar professionals, such as app developers and accountants, with businesses or individuals who need their services. Freelancer work got a boost from the COVID-19 pandemic as people sought new ways to make money without leaving home, while others needed support services as they launched new businesses. No details are currently available yet. It's brand new, and like I said, it's just a rumor. But keep your eyes peeled for your opportunity in business. Hey, let's talk about 7 lessons learned on the self-improvement journey. Self-improvement is a choice. You can choose to continue on living the same life you've always lived, and you can choose to ignore all that you read here. But then you might wonder what might have been, what you may have been able to achieve if you had tried a little harder. And do you really want to live a life filled with regret? The first step to a self-improvement journey is simply deciding you will embark on it, and the rest will follow. Once your journey is laid out in front of you, the path to self-improvement may not look so difficult after all. We've put together a special course called The 7 Lessons Learned on the Self-Improvement Journey. And it's an e-course, and it'll give you the guidance and the direction you need to create a better you. Get your copy today. Come on, get your copy today. Go to ifggo.pro/7lessons. That's the number 7 lessons. Let me say that address again. ifggo.pro/7lessons. All right? Bye-bye. Hi, it's time for our life and current events notes section. It's time for everyone, and I mean everyone, to get ready to reopen schools full time. But before we return to full-time in-school instruction, there are several prerequisites which need to be met, including, but not limited to, teachers need protection. Let's prioritize them for the vaccine. Number 2, Schools need PPE, learning pods, and several other things to help keep the children safe. Number 3, classroom distancing and masking should continue or begin. Number 4, remote learning for especially vulnerable children should continue as it is now. Our children are falling behind their peers in other countries. The truth is, now we really want to get to the truth is that our children were already behind and the pandemic has made it worse. One day, we need to talk about changes that need to happen to improve public education of all children. But that's another day. And that's this section. Bye. It's time for our Don't Buy Fried Ice Cream section. Yeah, that's a section. This week, the Texas governor attempted to cover the state's mismanagement of the electrical grid by blaming it on the Green New Deal, something that does not even exist yet, and implying that renewable energy would not work in Texas for that reason. Funny, states like Wisconsin, Michigan, and even Alaska function just fine when it gets cold, and all those states get a portion of their electrical service from renewables. The truth is, nothing will work in Texas or anywhere else when the mismanagement that was revealed in the total collapse of the state's electrical and water systems occurs. When those responsible reject the role of government in regulating those services our society expects to always work, failure is inevitable. The former governor of Texas, Rick Perry, said that Texans should want to freeze before working with other states and having their working regulations in place here in Texas. Don't get me wrong, I truly enjoy living in Texas, but the bravado that is preached here does not live up to the reality. Climate change is real, and we better get real fast. That's Don't Buy Fried Ice Cream. It's time for our closing notes section. Did you know you can schedule a free call with me? Well, you can. Simply go to ifggo.pro/let's talk. ifggo.pro/let's talk. Select a time, so any time that works for you and is on that schedule, and let's talk. You can't beat the price. It's free. Have you subscribed yet? That's another thing. Subscribe for free and never miss out on our wisdom, tips, and news. Subscribe using your favorite podcast app via Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, TuneIn. We're on all of them. Just search for the I Feel God podcast. Don't forget, we're also on YouTube on the I Feel God podcast channel there. You can also spread the word to your friends, church members, and co-workers. We would really appreciate it if you would leave a rating and a review as well. Hopefully, this episode has helped you lead like never before. That's my goal. If you appreciated it, could you share the love? The best way to do that is to rate the podcast on Apple Podcasts and leave us a brief review. You can do the same on Stitcher and on TuneIn as well. Your ratings and reviews help us place the podcast in front of new leaders and listeners. Your feedback also lets me know how I can better serve you. Your support is also important. Please consider giving and supporting our podcast and Vcasts. All you have to do is go to anchor.fm/IFeelGod/support. Let me say that again. Anchor, ANCHOR.FM/IFeelGod support. If you could do that for us, it would be a blessing. Until next Tuesday at 12 noon. I'll see you then. Bye-bye. Welcome to the I Feel God podcast. This is Bishop James, I Feel God Brown, and here we talk about ministry, business, and basically anything on my mind. We hope you'll stick around and enjoy it.